Tucker Carlson came up in the course of our conversation about eugenics. That's not to imply that we're Tucker Carlson around in that era, that he would be a big proponent of eugenics.
There are other ways to deal with the gypsy problem.
Exactly. But here is, you recall the other day, Tucker Carlson was saying that if you see a teacher require a mask on a child at school, you should treat them as if they have just hit that child. Mm-hmm. Well, I give you this clip from the Hillsborough School Board meeting in Tampa Bay, Florida.
We don't need to. The science said we don't need to. We're going to go out the door here. We do not need masks for our kids. It's child abuse. Do not. You're being escorted. Take the masks off our kids.
Thank you for your feedback.
I apologize.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, look, we had some excitement.
The quote from Tucker last week: your response when you see children wearing masks as they play should be no different from your response when you see someone beat a kid at Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. Keep calling until someone arrives. What you're looking at is abuse. It's child abuse, and you're morally obligated to attempt to prevent it. So,
I mean, who knows if that person got that idea from Tucker firsthand or secondhand or third hand, or maybe not at all. Maybe the idea of protecting other people, protecting teachers, protecting staff at schools, protecting other kids, other families, kids who might be immunosuppressed, et cetera, is they just came to their own conclusion that that was child abuse. But
well, who knows? I mean, he's only the highest rated cable show in the country, so he has an enormous amount of influence, and he knows that. So this is what he chooses to do with it.
And that's it for us today. We will be back again tomorrow, which is Thursday. And for those of you who are not leaving us, we're still here. And we may even, I don't know, do we have a clip from Tucker today? I mean, how we not? Every night he seems to be swinging for the fences.
He was he had a guest on last night to talk about CIA wokeness, but
well, I don't know about that. We'll check in that, but just remember, folks. MIDI Doctors reminds me, remember to remind everyone to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe.
Yes.
Don't forget, also, you can support this program by becoming a member at jointhemajorityreport.com. When you do, you not only support the free show, so we can have people like Elizabeth Catt on to tell us the fascinating story of eugenics and how we can see the... maybe this is too much of a sort of a pun, but we can see the DNA of the idea of eugenics in a lot of the modern day racist talk and frankly austerity.
And yeah, you brought up I threw Dave Rubin in there as a joke, but and before I knew where you were going with it too, you brought up Sam Harris, and he's not necessarily saying there's something inherent in Muslim people's like DNA that causes them to be violent. He's just one step away from it. It's the evolved version of the exact dynamic she's talking about, right? Which is that it's just something inherent in their religion.
Yes, exactly.
So it makes it a little more palatable. But it's the same.
It's the culture shift. You move on from biology to like it's a problem in their culture, and you see that in Appalachia. You see that with about Black American, like you're talking about.
Right. That was specifically her quote. It goes from genetics and DNA into a determinate cultural factor there.
Right.
And that's yes. And so we see that today, and all around us. And
then it fits into their culture as static, perspective.
And all meant to obscure relationship to power and modes of production, which actually create these things.